And we are live now. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome. It is beautiful Sunday afternoon. I'm just going to check my stream here to make sure that we are actually in. And there's a lot going on today. Yep, we are. Okay, we're good. We're all good.
Awesome.
We're all good.
Awesome.
I love when it works, Dawn.
Me too.
Happy for the small stuff. You know what I mean?
So
like
happy.
A live stream that just does what it's supposed to do.
Amen.
Like, how nice is that, right? Hi, guys. Okay, see everybody jumping in. Hi, everyone. Hi. Hold on one second. I'm just going to make sure that we have our post all hooked up to where you guys need it so that you get your links if you need to. Hold on. Okay, and we are good.
Awesome. Let's do this.
Woohoo! Okay, everybody's jumping in. How are you guys today? We don't usually do Sunday afternoon chats, but this is kind of nice, right?
This is nice.
I don't know about you, but I have a beautiful day here in Jersey.
I don't know. I haven't been out there. But it looks like there's sunshine. So that's
my gosh. Okay, well, they're coming from everywhere. I see people Virginia. We have Gil from Scotland. Hi, Gil.
Ooh, hi, Gil.
Awesome. Okay, everybody's jumping in. Good to see you guys. All right, so this is going to be the beginning of a very busy week for us and hopefully for you. And hopefully we're going to spend a lot more time together. But Dawn and I are going to be just coming live to you. And, we want to answer your questions. We got questions coming in, like lots of questions piling in about all different things, like, breastfeeding, starting solids, baby-led weaning, speech, like all the things that our expertise covers and that we want to offer to you. Plus, we're getting people joining the membership today because that's the big news, is that it went live this morning at 8 a.m. and we already have people signing up. And I just want to shout out and say hi to all of our new founding members. So excited. I'm just thrilled that you're all joining us, and I know what's in store. I know you guys are excited, but I was saying to Dawn before we started today, they're excited, but they're not even as excited as they will be because they don't even know everything that we're going to be offering and doing. So just really happy that they're all joining us. Okay.
Yes.
So if you guys are still kind of like thinking or didn't even know we were doing it, here's a good opportunity for you to know what we're up to. And also, just to hang with us. Okay. We want you to just ask your questions. We got a bunch of questions the other day when we went live.
Mm-hmm.
Really ask us. That's the beauty of My Baby Experts and Dawn and I, our partnership and the new membership is that we can cover so many topics from pregnancy, like even preconceptual, through several years of age of your child on so many different topics. And so you guys can go ahead and ask away and we will be happy to answer for you. Okay. So for those of you who do not know Dawn, I'd love to have her be able to introduce herself to you. You guys are going to get to know Dawn, okay? Like in a very intimate way. So Dawn, let them know who you are.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dawn Winklemann. I'm a pediatric speech pathologist and feeding specialist, and I'm here to answer all your questions regarding picky eating, starting solids, baby-led weaning, a whole bunch of different topics when it comes to speech and language and social skills, cognition, play, and everything that kind of encompasses speech language pathology as well as pediatric feeding and swallowing disorders. So if you're curious about gagging or choking or have questions or concerns about signs of readiness to be able to start solids, all that stuff we're going to talk about here.
Awesome. And I just went and fixed our names and put our credentials up.
Yay.
So that everybody understands and knows what it is that we specialize in and what we do. And, Dawn and I combined have over 50 years of clinical experience. It's hard to say that.
So old.
Yes. But literally it's 50 years combined. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And together we've just taken care of thousands and thousands of parents and moms and babies and supported families to go through everything through their pregnancies, through their births, through feeding and beyond. And Dawn takes care of clients that are even much older than that too. And as we launch this membership site right now, we will start with babies. And then of course, as your children grow, as the need presents to us is how we will grow this as we go forward. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm really excited. We're already getting questions in here, and I'm going to go ahead and do the first question here. Okay.
Okay.
So Magalay says, how do you balance ongoing nursing while you start the process of introducing cups and solids?
Great. You want me to start?
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay. So basically what I love to tell the families that I work with is that we want to continue on your breastfeeding journey as long as you possibly can. Unfortunately, there's a lot of misconceptions when it talks about being able to wean and breastfeed and start solids. I speak all over the country on this topic. And I'm speaking live next weekend in California at KidCon for those of you who are in California. But I constantly hear all over the country that pediatricians are telling moms to stop breastfeeding at 6 months of age so that you can start solids. And that is absolutely not true. And not only is it not true, and I'm sure you can add to this too.
It's so hard to believe that they're still saying stuff like that. Like
it's really crazy.
I know I'm the last person who should be shocked, but as you're saying it, it's coming out of your mouth, I'm like I want to smack my head. Go ahead.
And that's the beautiful thing about my speaking tour is that, and when we see each other at shows is that we go to different parts of the country, right? And so we're hearing like, wait, what? In Boston, they're saying what? In Philly, they're saying what? Like, it's kind of interesting how, different parts of the states, the pediatricians say different things, or the IBCLC say different things. And it's just, the inaccurate information. So it's so great that you have such a following that's all over the country so that we can answer these specific questions.
All over the world. We actually
all over the world. That's right.
Followers
that's right.
all over the world. We have a very international audience. I would say that a little more than half of my followers are here in the US, but we have tons of people all over the world, from Australia and Europe and Africa and Israel and everywhere. So and some of them are here.
Yes. And we have a dad on too. Hi, Dad. His wife's giving birth any minute now. Woo! So to answer the question is you absolutely do not have to stop breastfeeding at 6 months. In fact, I like moms to continue to breastfeed during the introduction of solids, and there's so many reasons why. One is that when we start to introduce cups, we're going to start to introduce drinking from an open cup between 4 and 6 months of age. And why it's really important to start early like that is because we want to be able to have baby meet their feeding milestones of drinking from an open cup by 12 months of age with limited spilling. So we want to start introducing breast milk into the open cup at 4 to 6 months of age, just small little sips. You're just practicing this, and you're practicing this for multiple reasons. One is for safety. We want baby to start putting their lips onto that open cup. What that's going to do is help to move that tongue back to decrease that tongue thrust. So when you start solids, you're not dealing with a whole bunch of gagging and choking. And we want to be able to let baby know that we're going to continue to provide that breast milk as we're starting solids. You can do it for breastfeeding, you can do it from open cup, or you actually can take some of your breast milk and use it as a dip or a dipper for solid introduction. So we're still getting all the benefits and nutrition from breast milk while we're actually introducing those solids. And I find that the babies that actually do that and the moms that I work with that actually use their breast milk into solid introductions, those babies do so much better. And I think it's because of all the other nutritional benefits and things that Shari talks about that really helps babies' immunity as they go through, this change of gut flora when they're starting solids. Mm-hmm. And a lot of things are happening at 6 months of age. We have some issues with teething and a whole bunch of different things where baby is uncomfortable and they need that breast milk to have those open gums to actually come in and do its work. So I like to be able to help moms balance with starting solids by using and incorporating that breast milk and being able to kind of just take that 1 ounce or that half an ounce and be able to really expand that into starting solids and helping with taste and flavor production with that as well.
Mm-hmm. It's so important to hear this information because, as Dawn was saying, you're going to hear all this conflicting advice from the pediatricians. And always ask yourself when you've got different pediatricians giving different information, when you're in the hospital and you've got nurses giving you different, how could it all be true? Like, what's happening?
Right.
And what you're seeing is what us in the medical profession understand, unfortunately, is that there's lack of education when it comes to these very basic things that you need to know about on a day-to-day basis. I mean, we're not talking about special circumstances. While sometimes we do talk about special circumstances, the kind of things that we're discussing are actually the most basic of basic. Okay, we're not even talking about illness. We're talking about health. We're talking about developmental, normal development. Okay, and even with all that, there's still such a lack of education and misinformation. So that's why this is so important. It's why it's so important. And so, and I think that it's just shocking for parents, shocking for me, like I just said, to understand that, somebody who is trained in this wouldn't know, right? Then it becomes confusing.
Absolutely.
But it is just the way it is, and I've been teaching breastfeeding for, 15 years now. And it's always been the case. And it's the same thing.
And the sad situation is how many moms that I work with that actually stopped their breastfeeding journey early because they thought they were doing the right thing, because they thought that they were listening to their healthcare professional and are, it has tragic, results from that. Right. And especially when baby was showing signs that baby wasn't ready to move on. Right.
Totally.
So yeah, it's so important for parents to know this.
If anybody wants to jump in and flip on your camera and jump in with us, we would love to have you join us. And there's always, for anybody who watches my lives, that there's always a trick to getting to the top of the line on asking your question. The trick is you just jump on live and I'll take you first. If you jump in live, you get your question answered. Okay. And so if you want to jump in live, there is a link in this post. You will have to come out of the stream to go to the link and then just click on the link for jumping in. And actually, did I give the link? I did give you the link, right? I did give you the link. I hope I gave you the link. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I give you the link. It's been a long day already.
I know.
Yeah, the Zoom link. Okay. The one that says Zoom, that's the link. Okay. That is the link. As you can see the big Zoom here. Okay. So if you want to jump in and ask your question live, just click on the link and I'll see you. All right. So there are more questions. And I also want to say to you that if you want to get more information about the My Baby Experts becoming a founding member, which the doors open today, okay, at 8 a.m. And the doors will only be open for the next 4 days. They will close on Wednesday at midnight. Okay. If you would like to join, then you can just type the word join here in the chat and you'll get a message from me, which will give you a link to go and learn all about it and see what it takes. It doesn't take much. I'll tell you that. The whole membership right now, we are asking for parents to sign up for 3 months. This is a beta membership. That means that we're testing. We're just launching the website. We just started the private forum this morning. We already have people in the forum and we're already starting to have fun over there and talk to each other and be close. You're going to be closer with Dawn and I to be able to get your questions answered. And as a founding member, you will be able to help us build out the rest of this membership that we'll be launching in just a few months. So you get access to the new website, all the videos, and at a price that you will never see again. Okay. The price to join our
lowest price
ever. Okay. Lowest price ever, which we can talk about in a little while, or I could just tell you right now. Price to join. Okay. $19.99. And you get a month. Okay. $19.99 a month. And you get all the information that we're talking about, including 1,000 videos in the library and all our free courses and all our paid courses. Okay. So Nicole's saying, not sure what the membership is for because I'm very new, but I'll type join to get more info. Perfect.
Oh, fantastic.
Awesome. Okay. So how about this, Nicole, you type join. Okay. And then you'll get a message from me. But in the meantime, while you have us live, if you want to jump in, we can have a conversation. You can ask your questions of us, or we can just go ahead and talk a little bit about it.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Let me answer another question, okay? And this is a breastfeeding question, and then Nicole, we're going to come back to the membership in a minute, all right? But Amy posted a question, and I want to answer it. I didn't read the whole thing; it's long, but I'm going to read it right now.
Okay.
I went to the pediatrician on Friday and found out that my little one, who I'm breastfeeding, actually lost weight instead of gaining weight, and I don't want to stop breastfeeding. So it was an extremely hard concept to swallow, and I felt so defeated. The pediatrician wants me to feed a bottle after feeding breast and wants it to be 2 ounces. My question is, if I pump 2 ounces and feed my 1-month-old, should I still feed the 2 ounces of formula right after feeding the 2 ounces of breast milk, or is that too much? And also, how long should I wait to feed after that? Okay, so lots going on. And first, before we even get into what could be happening and some advice, like practical advice, Amy, I just want to tell you, like, I know how defeating that can feel, where you're going along just fine and you're breastfeeding and you're feeling like everything's okay, and you get to the pediatrician and there's some weight loss or no weight gain or not enough weight gain, and everybody tells you you're not enough at that point. Okay. So I just want to say that to you, that you're not alone. And I'm sorry that you're going through this, because it is, as a mom, if you're breastfeeding mom, it's like the one thing you want to know is that what I'm giving my baby, is that enough for my baby? And I know how that can feel, to feel that that's being told, you're being told that that's not it. Yes, the baby should be gaining weight at a month. So I'm going to tell you that, the baby, he's right. The pediatrician's right in the sense that we need to do something about it, that we need to look at, like, okay, why is the baby losing weight and not gaining weight when that's what should be happening, of course. But I really worry about the advice of, like, we had a little weight loss, go to formula.
Right.
We didn't have as much weight gain as we like to see, give a bottle, as if that's just a benign thing that will just fix all the problems. And really, it's going to make the problems worse. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I would have, like, other questions to ask you, because every situation is so different. Not that every mom is so different, but the reason for weight loss could be so many different things. Mm-hmm. So, so I'll go over a few examples of what could be happening. One could be, okay, and this is like the thing that they're thinking, it could be that you're not making enough, okay, that your milk supply is low and the baby's not getting enough. But saying that, I'm expecting to hear from you that if you were not making enough, that the baby wouldn't be giving you enough wet diapers or poopy diapers, okay? Like, so if you're getting 6 to 8 wet diapers in a 24-hour period, and the baby is giving you lots of yellow seedy poops, okay, per day, then the chances that it's not enough milk are slim. Okay? And I want to say that because it always goes to, like, I have low milk supply, right? You know that, Dawn, right? It's like, that's the answer, a low milk supply. Yep. But it's not always low milk supply. It can be other things. It can be, sometimes it could be too much milk. Is that interesting? Sometimes it could be an oversupply that can cause issues like this, because if the breast is really full, then the milk could be very watery that the baby's getting without a lot of fat, or the cream, like the hind milk that comes when the breast is less full. So I wonder, are you sticking to one side per feeding? If you feel like, okay, my baby's just not gaining, plateauing, or even losing, and I have all this milk, that's probably what is happening, is that there is more of a hind milk, fore milk imbalance that only really happens when the breast is really full, and you'd stick to one side per feeding. The other thing that could be happening is that there are situations and there are moms where they make milk that is lower in calorie. Okay, so there's enough, it's not a volume issue, it's a caloric issue, meaning that there may not be enough fat in the milk, not enough to gain, although enough to fill them up with enough fluid, which is why you're seeing wet diapers, it's why you're seeing poop, but they're not gaining. In those cases, it is very important that we don't go and supplement with 2 ounces, because what we need to do is supplement the calories with a little bit of extra just to keep getting them to gain while you continue to breastfeed so that we don't cause the low milk supply issue that you don't have.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Because then
Right.
what's going to happen is within a few days of doing the supplementation, now the baby's not as hungry, the baby's not waking up as often to feed. You stop demanding more of your breast. Now your milk's going to start to decrease. And now, yep, you're right. This is the spiral that women go through, okay, of not having a proper evaluation. And then the milk dries up, and then yes, it's like you don't have enough, but that wasn't the issue, okay? In cases where the calorie content is too low, sometimes it requires, just a tiny bit of maybe a half an ounce, okay? Sometimes it requires you just pumping extra, but usually it's balancing that so we don't interfere with your supply, okay? I would say this, Amy, before you do anything, I would find an IBCLC, an international board certified lactation consultant, like today. Today, I would find somebody today to go have yourself evaluated. Only a lactation consultant is really going to be able to tell you what the problem exactly is, so you don't create more problems. And from the sound of it, from your question and the way you're asking it, I know you want to breastfeed. Like, I know that's what you want, right? And what I'm telling you is I have seen hundreds, maybe thousands of moms with very similar situations, and they exclusively breastfeed. And here's why. Even if it is a calorie issue, it doesn't last. It doesn't last. So it's not even something that's permanent. It's temporary. Milk changes over time. And I have somebody named Danielle in my mind. Isn't that funny how you can remember people?
Totally.
Because I'm just thinking of her. Okay, like I'm talking about somebody from like, I don't know, 11 years ago, probably.
I did the same thing. I know exactly what you mean.
I remember my clients and my patients and the babies I delivered, and I can just remember her in particular. Her name was Danielle, and she had a low calorie content to her milk, and she was told exactly the same thing as Amy, and worked with me, and she went on to exclusively breastfeed for 2 years. Eventually didn't supplementation or anything, had the same thing with the second one, but that time knew what to do. She exclusively breastfed both of her children. It is so important you find a qualified lactation consultant to work with, and you will have success. The idea that like all these women are just genetically impaired and that they can't make enough milk for their babies, it doesn't make any logical sense. It goes against what we know about, survival of the fittest, of evolution, of everything, of nature. It goes against what we are as mammals. It doesn't make sense. And so, yes, there are women who have, medical conditions, hormonal conditions, structural conditions, all kinds of things, but it's about 5%. It is not the majority. There's my rant about it, but I wanted to just say that it's so important. So important. Yeah, I mean, I think that I think it's really important to get that correct help. Should we talk about the membership a little bit?
Sure. Yes.
All right.
Nicole was asking, she says she's a first-time mom and she wants to know a little bit more because she wants to get as much info as possible. So let's tell her more.
Awesome. Oh, and Lisa just jumped in. Lisa Palladino. She's also a nurse midwife and a lactation consultant. You're going to be seeing a lot more of Lisa helping us and working with us too. She's a specialist in lactation and nutrition and tongue ties, and love Lisa. Mwah.
Hi, Lisa.
She'll be jumping in with us too into this membership. So let's just talk. You're welcome, Amy. You're welcome. Let's talk about the membership for a minute. Okay. So the membership, what is this thing? So Nicole's new. So for the past couple of years, Dawn has worked for years with clients in feeding issues. I have worked for years with moms and dads through their pregnancies and their birth and breastfeeding. We have tons of content, full-length courses. My new Simply Breastfeeding class, I just refilmed it. It's about to launch. The 4th edition is about to be released. And there's so much information that between the two of us that we want to offer to all of you. And so about 2 years ago, I decided that I really wanted to spend the next 10 years, at least, focusing on you and really making that the focus of everything I do on a daily basis. For those of you who know me, I've worked with lots of different brands. We've done a lot of social media, but never had one place where all of the content that I've created and that I plan to create will be housed in a way where you can find it, where you can access not only, you know, other moms in the community and me, but also all the recorded content that you can have at your fingertips night and day. And as I create more and as Dawn creates more, I want a place where you can go for it and have it available to you in a way that makes it easy for you to have for your learning process. So I came up with the concept of the My Baby Experts membership site. Okay. And it's taken us a long, long time to build this. We have spent tens of thousands of dollars to make this just right for you, because it needs to function in a way that you get what you need when you need it. Okay. And so today is the first day, Nicole. You're actually jumping in the perfect time. Okay. Today is the first day that the site is available to join as a beta founding member. Okay. Dawn is a friend of mine that I met several years ago and was just from the beginning so enamored with her and with her expertise and the fact that I've been in this 30 years. And for me to, every time I close my mouth and let her talk, because I talk a lot, when I finally
we both do.
When I do, I love the fact that I always learn something, always. And that's like, for me being in a medical field for so long, I always learn something from her, and the value that she brings to moms and dads and feeding, which is such a part of our daily lives. I thought, you know, that's the continuum of what we're doing together. That's the continuum of, like, you know, nurturing and nourishing. And it's sort of become the two key words that when we really narrow it down to, what does this membership mean? What does this success path, so to speak, what does it all mean? It's nourishing and nurturing your child. And we're doing it from the moment of conception. Think about it. When you're pregnant, your umbilical cord, you're attached to the baby, you are nurturing and you are nourishing. Okay. When they come out, they go to breastfeed. You are nurturing them and you are nourishing them. And when they start solid foods, it does not change. And It is not this thing that you just do. Okay. There is so much more that is happening besides shoving food into your child's mouth. There is so much more happening.
So true.
Right?
It's so true.
So much more. And there's so much preparation before that you don't even realize you're doing or not doing, that will set up your child for long-term success and feeding and speech and oral, you know, everything that we want to give that to you. And that's how we're going to do it here on this membership site. So we decided we would create the membership, which, like I said, launches today. And with that, there's a full website that will be unveiled within this month, within the next week or two. And then we already started the new private Facebook group forum. It's the My Baby Experts Forum. We have members already joining today and jumping in. And that's the forum and the beta launch that we're doing today. So we are also offering it at a price that you will never see again.
Right. Which is so important, because, you know, this is the thing that we really want to kind of highlight. The moms that come on and the dads that come on with us right now are not only going to be able to have this low price to be able to have forever, as long as you want to stay on the site. It's not only that, it's being able to kind of know 6 months from now that that's not going to be the price. You know, a year from now, that's definitely not going to be the price. And that when you invite friends, or you know of someone who's pregnant and you want to tell them, you know, I had such a great experience on this site, and they find out what the price is, that you know, had something so much lower at the very beginning. And we want to really make our founding members feel like they're part of something big, because it is. We want to really know what you're looking for and what you want from us, and we want to be able to provide that. So we're so excited to be able to have this forum of families to be able to help us do what you need. and to give you what you want. And what you said earlier, Shari, about like, you just want, you know, these next 10 years to be about them. And that's exactly, that should be like the tagline of the site. Like, we want to be here for you however you need us. And, you know, that's the great thing about user experience, is that we think we know what you want, but we actually want the people who are using the site to let us know what you want so we can make that happen too.
I see Robin. Robin is actually, I'm going to congratulate Robin, because Robin just jumped into the live stream here. And that's Robin is our number one founding member. She was the first one to sign up this morning. Congratulations, Robin. Big love and hugs and kisses. And we're so happy that you joined us. She's asking, when will the website be ready? Within a week to 10 days. It's coming. Like it could be sooner. You will be the first to know.
You'll literally be the first to know.
You guys will be the first to know, and it is coming very, very soon. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of live streams and conversation until then, and then we will be launching the site so that you guys can jump in. You'll be the first ones to see it. And it's not just that we want to have you be able to ask your questions. We need your help. Right. Okay. Like, we really need your help. Joining as a founding member, you're going to be the ones who are helping us build out the content. We literally, I mean, we have a ton of content ready for you. We've had our little elves working, all the Q&As that you've ever seen me do. And I'm not talking about like every Q&A you've ever seen me do in all these years, that they've all been time coded for you. That means that if I said something somewhere, sometime, okay, you'll be able to put it into the search, and with a keyword or the category search, you'll be able to pull it up like that and watch the spot where I said it. Imagine that. It's a full like Google of our stuff.
That's true. To give a very specific example, and please, Shari, correct me if I'm wrong. So when Amy asked a question about low milk supply, we've been on for 10 minutes. You wouldn't have to watch that 10 minutes. You could type in low milk supply, and that exact spot of when Shari's saying that would come up for you, Mom.
That's right.
So it's you won't have to watch hours upon hours if you have a problem and you're trying to figure that out in the pediatrician's office, right? Or if you're up at 3 o'clock in the morning breastfeeding and you feel like you're struggling, you can look that up, get that information, and move on.
Okay, they're saying that there's a did you get a link in Messenger? But there's not. There's an actual spot to sign up, but yes, sign up. Okay, so just so you guys know where to sign up, I'm going to go ahead and post it here in the comments. Give me 1 second, because if you're having any trouble getting to the spot, I want to make sure that it's working. Sometimes Facebook is funny like that. I am putting it here. Okay, can you guys see my message that I just posted? Okay, that should take you right in right now to be able to, that's the link. All right, you might have to come out to do it. It'll also be, it should also be, no, that's where you would go. I think, you know what, Dawn, let's do this. Why don't you, there was a couple of things I know you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them a link in the post.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And you know what else I would like to have us discuss too? Just, what the fact that the site, when it does launch in a few months, will be free for members to join as well.
And maybe we should clarify that, because we keep saying the site's going to be done in a week and then the site's going to be done in a few months. The site that's going to be done in a few days or a week is for our beta members, for you if you're signing up right now. The site in 3 months will be all the work that we've been doing with our beta family for other people to be able to have access to. Right now, if anyone else wants to join after these 4 days of us starting, so we open the cart today, which is Sunday. You can join on Monday, you can join on Tuesday, you can join on Wednesday until midnight, and then it's closed. If somebody else wants to join on Thursday, it's not available, because we are just going to be focusing on the families that stayed with us on this for these couple of days. We're going to be working on some details with the site, and then it will launch in a couple of months, and then anybody else can actually join. But this is our founding members. So when we're talking about the site's going to be ready in a week, the site's going to be ready in a couple months. There's the difference. So if you want early access now, like a lot of you moms are pregnant or about ready to have the baby, like you need to get in now, because if not, in 3 months, you know, you won't have access to the questions because your baby will be 3 months old. And if you're having difficulties with birth or breastfeeding right now, you need to join now. Stay with us during that beta launch, get all your questions answered, and then in 3 months, it'll be open to the entire public. Right now, we're just opening it to our select groups here on our Facebook page. So just
thank you for clarifying that. That's very true. Okay, so yeah, anybody who wants to get in now, this will be the only time within the next few months that you'll be able to join. And we promise that on Wednesday, it is going to close.
Yeah, we have to.
Okay. And we'll be going over all the other thing you'll be getting is some behind the scenes too, because we have some content that we're about to film. And so we just want you to be able to like jump in and watch and be a part of that. So that's kind of cool as well. Being able to give us all the feedback of what it is that you want to learn more about. We'll be taking all those suggestions and comments. We also have a ton of partners who joined with us, and you've seen that over the past few months, just so many brands, so many amazing brands that jumped in to be a part of this, because we've got surprises coming up that you don't even know about. And I'm just saying, like, I can't talk about stuff, but there are some amazing things happening that
if you're on the fence, you're going to regret it. How about that?
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, could we just give a shout out to Tiffany Moore right now? She just wrote that she just completed my registration. Hey! Hi, Tiffany. Welcome. We're so excited. Thank you for joining us for this 3 months of beta.
So excited. Yay, Tiffany.
Thank you.
Go join the forum. Go join the forum. We'll have a link to go join. We'll see you over there. In fact, I think after we do our Q&A here, we're going to jump over and go into the Facebook community for a few minutes, and then we'll wind up over in the forum just to say hi, so that we can say hi to all our new founding members. Tomorrow, we will be live streaming here in the community and also in the forum, and we'll be doing our welcome, our official welcome over in the new forum. So if you want, if you're thinking about joining, do it today so that you can join us tomorrow for the welcome event. All right, because we're gonna have a welcome event. I also saw somebody else jumped in earlier I wanted to mention, and that was, let me find her name. It was Sanchez Clarissa. Now, I don't know if it's Sanchez Clarissa or if it's Clarissa Sanchez, but however you say your name, okay? I don't know if you noticed, but you were the winner the other day.
I didn't see her on here.
She did. I saw her. She had come in and said, congrats. She just mentioned, and I saw her name and I'm like, that was our winner. Okay. So Sanchez Clarissa, okay. You won the 3-month founding member entry. Okay. So that's
Clarissa, I have a sticky that says, look for your name. And I still missed it.
You're still there. You did win on our live stream on Friday. Is that Friday? Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, all right, you're a winner.
So, yeah, we're going to be reaching out to you with instructions on how to get in because you did win.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay, and then Nicole just typed in join. So Nicole, you're going to be getting information from Shari on what you can do. And so you did exactly the right thing. Yes.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work for whatever reason, if when you type join, it didn't work, just go to the link within the post. I just put it in the post. It's the mybabyexperts.com/founding member. Okay. Fantastic. Yay. Okay, good. Any other questions that you guys have? Does anybody want to jump in and ask us live?
Ooh, come on.
Shy. Everybody's shy, and I want somebody to jump in. I love to be on camera with you guys.
I know.
Love it. All right. So does anybody want to jump in here and be a part of this? And Lisa, you could jump in too. I see Lisa here. Lisa gave us an awesome message here. Thank you, sweetheart. And if you want to jump in, I'm happy to have you jump in too. She'll probably be like, I didn't do my makeup yet. So, you know, Dawn, you had brought up a conversation that I want to talk about maybe tomorrow about sippy cups.
Yes, right? Yes.
You want to tell them a little, we're going to be doing a little bit of a topic. Well, we're also doing a topic tomorrow. We have babies' oral health tomorrow.
Right. We were just talking about some topics that I really want to be able to expand upon. Sometimes when we're asked a question in the comments and we don't have a chance to get to it right away, we want to be able to kind of give you that information. So sippy cups was one of the questions and the topics. I also wanted to talk about positioning and how important it is for feeding and starting solids, as well as being at eye level when we're starting solids and why we want to be able to do that. And then also tips on how to be able to start with purees and how to preload a spoon. Those are some of the topics that we're going to be talking about this week, and giving more details on exactly how to do those things.
Awesome.
Or why you want to avoid some of them.
Magali asked the question, how does teething impact nursing, if at all? You know, let's say this, teething can definitely impact nursing because the baby is, teething can cause a lot of pain in the baby's mouth, which can cause them to either want to nurse more or want to nurse less. So it really depends on the child. For many children, they'll want to nurse more because it's so soothing to them. It helps to rub against their gums, which is what they're looking for to get some relief from the pain that they may be experiencing from teething. So you'll typically see babies wanting to spend more time at the breast when they're teething. Some signs that your baby might be teething are things like, drooling. It could be a mild fever that they're having, sometimes even diaper rash. Okay, is a sign that they're teething. So it's sometimes not as obvious that that's what's going on, and it could happen early. It could happen as early as 2 months of age, okay, where they can start teething. So the idea that, oh, it can't possibly be teething, they're too young, quite often it is. And so, that can go hand in hand with some of the growth spurts that you might be going through. The main thing to understand is that when it comes to breastfeeding is always way more than the milk. Okay, and so it's going to help them with their teething. And sometimes that can also make it a little challenging when you're breastfeeding because they have there's more needs. And just like anytime our children are not feeling well, going through some kind of a developmental milestone where they have more needs, it's just like anything else. Anything you want to say about teething? Because I know that's something.
Yeah, this is a huge hot topic for me, because again, speaking across the country, that's one of the signs. And what's great is that Shari and I are busy doing so much work that we don't get a chance to tell each other about this kind of content. But this is another thing that I get told, Shari, across the country, is that pediatricians are saying once your baby starts teething, that's when you know to stop breastfeeding. And this is exactly why that is false. Is because, yes, if baby is starting to teeth at 2 months of age, are we going to stop breastfeeding? Absolutely not. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
The only option is to go to formula, right? Because you can't start solids at 2 months. Right. So it puts parents in this really uncomfortable position of, oh my God, do I have to stop this journey that I've worked so hard to master? And the answer is no. But what I do like to be able to do with my breastfeeding moms, especially when babies are teething early, is I really like to be able to start to introduce a cup. And one of the reasons why is that when they're teething and they want to have something in their mouth, they need to have something to kind of gum. But sometimes they need to have something, so you can use a teether. And again, that's one of the classes that's going to be in our site is, how to pick the right teether, because so many parents, unfortunately, choose the wrong teether and choose the wrong teether for different stages. And just like with every age of development, it's really important to have the right products to be able to not cause more harm than good. So we want to be able to help you choose the right teether. But at 2 months of age, this is a really important time where we want success with breastfeeding to continue and not let teething stop that. So if we want to be able to give baby the release that baby wants of the gums that they actually need to help decrease that pain, but also still be able to have some nourishment while they're doing that, I like to be able to use a cup. I always say that you can start open cup drinking from 4 to 6 months of age, but people are using, therapists are using cup drinking with newborns. So you can do that. This is a tiny cup. This is a cup that I developed, and you can use this because it has silicone, so you can use it to make it fit baby's mouth. And you could just put a half an ounce of breast milk in here. Baby can gum this and be able to actually get that nice feeling of actually helping with those gums and decrease pain, but also be able to get some of your breast milk that's going to help that. So as the teeth start to come through and split open the gums, your breast milk can get into there and be able to help relieve pain better than any cool teether. And you're not actually going through the pain of actually having a teething baby that is starting to have those teeth on your breast. You can just use this. And again, you're not using this the whole time, you're still breastfeeding, but this is another strategy that you can use that when baby is really fussy and you're just like, I don't know what to do. Try doing an open cup to be able to help that. The silicone is not going to hurt babies developing teeth, and it's going to be a nice way to be able to give that nice feedback for baby. Silicone has a great sensory experience, and we really want baby to be able to continue to have good sensory experiences when we're doing anything in the mouth, anything oral. They're getting a great sensory experience from the breast. And if we go to like a bottle, which is what a lot of pediatricians say, go to the bottle so that it can, it's not going to hurt you while you're teething. Well, that is a very different sensory experience. And we want baby to be able to feel comforted and still loved and nourished during that time.
Awesome. Awesome. Magali saying that's the cup I got for hers at the EZPZ Cup.
It is. Yes.
That's the cup that's the tiny cup that Dawn developed and designed.
Yes.
She develops products that you guys need, and she's amazing like that.
Thank you. Vice versa. High five.
That don't exist. She actually.
Right. And you know what? Let's just mention that. I'll say it about you. I'll brag about you, but it's really both of us are doing the same thing. Not only when you join this membership, not only are you getting like accurate education, we've also made products. We've made baby products, and we've made baby products. I mean, we kind of like doing that, but we made baby products out of a need for the things that actually are out there that is not safe for babies. And so we've actually developed products that are easy for parents to understand, safe for babies' development, and actually come from a safety and feeding standpoint. And that's actually going to help you. Your wedge, that you designed and that you hopefully all of you have seen, that's amazing, especially your moms that are pregnant. You're going to need this wedge to make something that's going to make the positioning better for mom, make the positioning better for baby so that it can extend the life of you breastfeeding is priceless, right? And again, research, clinical experience and being able to have, two medical professionals who actually make products as well. It's like there's a lot of experts that actually teach, but they are not clinical. There's a lot of experts who design things, but actually don't give advice. It's another unique thing about the three of us the three of those things about us.
There's me, and there's us. That's the three.
There you go. I like it. Just the three of us.
It's so true. There's you, there's me, there's us.
Yeah, I like that actually.
Us. I'm gonna include all of them too.
Yes.
So everybody who joins with us, that's the us that I'm talking about. That
is the us.
Too. So anybody want to jump in live with us? Nobody wants to be on camera.
I know. I understand.
Oh, somebody's baby was born. Joe's telling me.
Really?
Stream. Oh, I can't scroll up. Hold on a second.
Oh.
Darlene Cook's baby was born during our stream. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How amazing.
Happy birthday, baby.
And you're watching the live stream. I'm so honored that you're here with us. Let's see. I can't
We'll add that to the benefits. We'll help you deliver.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's awesome. We have people just in every stage, and that's what I love too. And that's going to be so amazing for everybody who's part of our founding member community. Just like in our My Baby Experts, community that we have, the free group that we do. There's over 8,000 members in there right now, and it's the most supportive and responsive and active community. I just love the fact that you could take 8,000 people, 8,000 moms, mostly moms, And with all different parenting styles and cultures and places from all over the world, and put them all together the way we have, and see everybody just support each other in a way that is non-judgmental, that is supportive and helpful, and to have everybody just feel like they're a part of something. And that is what we are going to be doing with our forum right now. And like I said, right now we're talking a lot about this, because what's going to happen is for the next 4 days, you're going to be hearing us talk a lot about the founding members group and the forum and everything we're doing in the beta launch, because you only have 4 days to sign up. All right. And if you call me or message me or post to me on Thursday and you're like, I missed it, I waited too long and then I just forgot, we're not going to be able to let anybody in. So now is the time, right? Like that's what we're doing. So if you want to join and you're like, I don't even know, should I join? Should I not join? You know, it's really not a big commitment. If you can do it, I mean, it's less than $1 a day.
Yeah.
Less than $1 a day. I mean, we're talking cents per day to be able to get in there and learn everything you can and spend more time with us. So if you're thinking and you're on the fence, I would recommend you go for it. The commitment, you're going to be paying month by month right now. So the biggest investment you need to make right now is $19.99 to join for the month. We're asking that our founding members stay for three months. Okay. So that, you can really help us with the whole build out. And then after that, you'll get to keep that price for forever. Okay. Yes. And then Friday, we had a whole bunch of people say, can they just join for a year? Because they're like, I already know you guys. Like, I know I'm never going to want to leave. Right. Can we have an annual? So we took the first bit of advice, because we didn't have that set up for the founding members this week. But we did set that up. So when you go over to the page, you'll see that there's an option to choose monthly. And there's also an option to choose annual. And if you do the annual, you actually get a free month. So it's even less than $19.99.
Fantastic. So fantastic.
And if you want to renew at that rate, you'll always be able to renew at the same rate. I think that's actually the cheap, the least. The least. Yeah, that's the lowest anybody will ever pay, is if you sign up for an annual founder member. Right. Founding member. Founder.
I can help you with that.
Oh, and what else you'll get to as a founding member, it's not just about getting the lowest price that you'll keep that nobody else will have, but you're also going to get something what we call a founding member's badge that you'll be helping us design too. But that badge is not something that you'll be able to purchase later. Okay, so that's like only the founding members will have the badge, and that badge is going to earn you additional benefits in addition to what everybody else will get later. Okay, so that badge is going to be pretty amazing. And it's going to be coveted by people in the next couple of months, because we're going to be doing so many things that we can't say, which is really, really hard for a speech pathologist to keep a secret like this. But in a couple months, I promise you, everyone else that joins the membership site is going to covet what that badge represents and what you're going to be able to get. And again, we can't say anything else about it, but if you want to be the envy of everyone else in the membership, that's going to be it. It's going to be a huge talking point, because I see Sanchez back again. Can you show her your sticky note? Oh yeah. Clarissa Sanchez. Okay, you're on our list there, Sanchez, Clarissa. Okay, you won the founding members 3-month membership. Yeah. Okay, congratulations. You won that on Friday. Okay. How to give it to you? We will contact you. Okay, yes. We're still getting your entry in. Okay, but I just want to let you know that you did win. Yes. Okay, so you did win. Tiffany had just posted a question. Okay. We answer some more questions here. Yes, absolutely. We're having so much fun. I don't know about you guys. Me too. And are we going to stay on here just a few more minutes, or how? Yeah, okay. Sure. Great. And Sanchez just sent us hearts. Okay, now she knows that she won. Yeah, you won. Yay. You did win. All right. And I see that it's just coming up now telling her with the sticky, because there's a delay. So she's just Okay. So Tiffany said, how can you tell if an adult has a tongue tie? I said my husband or I have that if my husband or I has a tie, our baby might have one. I think my husband might have one. I definitely don't. It's one of my fears from day one is having a tie and problems latching and feeding. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, so is adult. Okay, great. So with an adult, I'll do an oral assessment right now. And warning, this is not the prettiest thing, but so I'm going to lift up my tongue. See that? That's a lingual frenulum. If that is super tight where you do not have a lot of room to be able to elevate your tongue, be able to stick out your tongue, move it from side to side. I've seen some incredibly tight tongues with adults. I've even seen like two lingual frenulums attached. So you want to make sure that you have enough of a stretch and that it doesn't, really hurt to be able to do that. So, And see how I can stick my tongue straight out?
Yeah.
And down, and even up and down inside the mouth.
Yeah.
Right? And to also check to see if you can get what's called pocketing on the sides of your teeth. So again, I'm going to use my tongue as an illustration to pretend like I
can't help but doing it.
Do it. So, I could get, if I had food in my mouth, I could get the food out of my mouth. Yeah. You want to be able to make sure that you have all this mobility to be able to stretch and move your tongue in a way that allows you to be a very clean eater and to be able to have accessibility to all of your oral cavity and be able to move your tongue in a way that not only is safe to be able to help extract food, but also a way that you're going to be able to have really good articulation in order to do that. So if you think that maybe your husband might have a tongue tie, you can just do some of these stretches and movements and then do it in front of a mirror so that he can get that visual feedback. I have actually assessed a lot of adults that have a tongue tie. And one of the things was actually thinking that their baby might have one. And that's the first thing that is, on our genetic list is, do you or your partner have a tongue tie? Because then that's going to help us figure out if that's a possibility. And because it definitely increases the likelihood. And also if there's any other family members that have tongue ties. But that's a great way to be able to kind of do a quick oral assessment on yourself, make sure that you have that flexibility and strength. And another thing is the sensory awareness on that. When I was doing that, like right now, I just brought a whole bunch of blood flow to my mouth and I can feel where my mouth is in space. Before I did that to you, I wasn't really consciously aware of how my mouth is feeling. So for all of you who are watching right now, think about the way that your feet are feeling in your shoes or the way that your feet are feeling on the floor right now. It was not a conscious thing until I actually brought that imagery up to you, right? So when we move the tongue and like do assessments like that, we're actually bringing so much blood flow to the mouth that we are making that more of a conscious thing. And again, think about that when you're breastfeeding, when you're doing an oral exam with your baby, when your baby's teething, all these things, we're really talking about breath flow, blood flow, and the ability to have the sensory aspect and the motor aspect of moving that tongue, which is so important.
So interesting. So great. Yeah. One thing I wanted to say about that, I understand your fear and you hear a lot of things about tongue ties and breastfeeding and difficulty latching and all that. Seeing a tie and it being a problem are two different things.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
Maybe you see it. Look, Dawn just showed you that you can see the frenulum there. You could see that tie in her tongue, but she also showed you the mobility and the function that is properly working. Having a tongue tie that interferes with breastfeeding is much more about how it's functioning than how it looks.
Absolutely.
And that goes in both directions, not just, looking at it and saying, oh, there's a problem that needs to be corrected when everything's fine. But also if you don't see it does not mean that it is not there. So it goes in both directions. It's really and I learned this from my friend Lisa,
Yes.
It's so much more a function. It's a diagnosis of form and function that it is of visual. Right. While visual can help, it's not the end all.
Right. And Tiffany, if your husband is has gone through his whole life, and that hasn't actually impacted his function whatsoever. He's a great eater. He's able to move his tongue to be able to protect his airway. He's a great speaker. Then none of the things can bother you. I've seen some really, really tight tongues, and it doesn't affect anything. So some people, it's just like with anything else, right? Some people can move and manipulate their muscles despite issues that you might have, right? So it's amazing. You know, I'm just because this is in my mind right now, seeing a 3-legged dog the other day at the dog park, and I was running faster than my 4-legged dog. And I'm like, how is that possible, right? It's because that dog was able to really manipulate those muscles than someone else. I just had another kiddo with Down syndrome that actually had not only some issues with low tone, but actually had a tongue tie too, and actually did better with feeding than its sibling. So it's, you know, it's just a matter of what you were saying, Shari, that is the function impaired. And sometimes you're like, oh, we're not going to do anything about this right now. But then sometimes in 3 to 6 months, when that mouth continues to grow, we might need to do something about it there. So we always assessing and reassessing, assessing and reassessing.
Yeah. The most important thing you're already doing, Tiffany, and that's tuning in right here, learning and understanding, seeing what to look for, anticipating. Yep. I think when you're expecting, and I'm going to assume that's probably what's happening, if you're expecting and you're thinking, okay, I really want to breastfeed, then the best thing that you can do is become as knowledgeable as you can before the baby comes. And it's one of the things that I'm very excited that, you know, by next week, I'm going to have the Simply Breastfeeding program, the 4th edition, available. Okay. And that's free. It's 12 chapters, 2 hours of content, my very best course that I've ever filmed yet. And it will be free and available for all of you. So, and that's my commitment to you as always. Okay. So that's probably the best thing you could do is start with the Simply Breastfeeding course. Learn as much as you can about the basics, tune in for our live streams, and then join us in the founders group. Okay. Because honestly, I can't think of a better way to get more prepared. I just can't. Like, there's just nothing out there that I could ever tell you that would prepare you more than joining us. And I say that not to get you to just join, but it's not for us. I promise you, it's not for us. It's for you. It's for you, and to feel that support and to feel that confidence because you have the knowledge. Only with that accurate knowledge and support can you actually make real choices for yourself and for your baby. You can't make real choices if you don't know what you're supposed to be looking at. Right. You just can't make real choices. So it only goes hand in hand with accurate knowledge and support. And so that's what we're offering. That's what we're offering. Yes. So I think we're going to sign off right now. Okay. And we're going to take the party over to the My Baby Experts community for a little while. All right. Yes. And just say hi to the community over there. If you are a My Baby Experts community member, okay, and there's 8,000 plus of you. So some of you are here. If you'd like to join us over there, we'll take the party over there and see who wants to join us. What do you say?
Yes, I love that. And I just want to say, Miranda, I just saw your question. When do I introduce solids? And we'll start with that. Can we start with that question Absolutely. Over in the group, just because it's like my favorite topic. And so I'm just glad that you asked that question. So Miranda, we're going to head over to the community group and I will answer that question first. When do I introduce solids?
That's the My Baby Experts community Facebook group. Okay. Yes. All right, you guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. If you are watching this or you're watching the replay and want to join us for the founding members, sign up starts today and will only run until this Wednesday. Okay, so you can use the links right here in the post. And I hope to see you over there. We can't wait to see the names on the list. I'm excited.
Me too. Me too. I can't wait.
Checking back in to see. So thank you guys. Have a good rest of your day.
Bye.
All right. Now, how do I sign off of this thing? Hold on a second. Oh, we might be stuck here. No, I got it.